Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. One of the things the EFF is known for is dealing with bullies. Regardless of how big that bully is, they always find a way to deal with them. The ANC has been in power for 30 years, and of all those 30 years, they've never met a serious challenge. Well, that was until recently, when the DA, forming part of the GNU, decided that they are going to request 11 ministers and 11 deputy ministers. To add on top of that, they are saying that we are also demanding the deputy minister of finance, something the ANC was not prepared for. They probably thought that when we form the GNU, it is just going to be a peaceful thing, similar to what Nelson Mandela did. But the ANC forgot that this is not 1994, but 2024. What they have to prepare themselves for, it is to fight for their position in the GNU. Currently, what we are seeing is the DA wanting to be the leader of the GNU by demanding a lot of positions that the ANC, if they give it to the DA, they will remain the second best in that GNU. The demands of the DA had a lot of people debating on whether this is fair or if we can term it as bullying the ANC. One of the people who weighed in on that debate is none other than the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema. He went on Twitter to say the following. They have two individuals, Nkenkekekana and Nkenkekekana, in the ANC negotiating team who harbor intense animosity towards the EFF. It appears that Nkenkekekana perceives himself as bigger, hence I mentioned him twice. Ittiest of note, with nothing to offer intellectually. What shocks me is that he seems to have captured this one Fikile Mbalula, but in reality, Nkenkekekana has no regard for bugs. Julius Malema also said that, I am ready to confront enemy forces at any time. But individuals who proclaim to be on our side while being driven by uncontrollable ambition for ministerial positions are truly exhausting. I would rather return home and grow my cattle than relinquish our land for ministerial appointments. Floyd Shivambu, the deputy president of the EFF, also joined the debate to say that this represents utter racist disregard and disrespect to black people and Africans in particular. These are also based on the old colonial philosophy that it's easy to divide and rule of black people. Unfortunately, this level of disrespect and disregard is allowed to happen through disunity and the inclination to please the establishment. Current conversations regarding the matter of the DA and the ANC is that the only political party that could save and rescue the ANC from this problem they are facing would be the EFF. Unfortunately, they do not form part of the GNU, and we know that had the EFF been part of the GNU, the DA would not even request more than 5 positions. But now, because there is no political party that can defend the ANC, the DA finds itself as a powerful political party. It remains to be seen if the ANC is going to rise up and stand for itself, because currently they are a shame. They cannot even talk for themselves. They are going through media statements to defend themselves on what is going on internally. The DA has come to the board and prepared themselves intellectually. The ANC used that thing of saying that we are comrades. We have been in this struggle for 30 years. We are going to lead. But really, they were not prepared for what was coming for them. Helen Zille is leading these negotiations, and she is putting demands that the ANC is feeling the pressure. That is why they also responded on the media to say that we are not happy with how the demands of the DA are coming about. And for the fact that they are leaking those demands on the media, it is not acceptable for the ANC, but unfortunately, it is just the beginning. MK Party has just been sworn in Parliament, and now they are ready to play a role in Parliament. What the ANC could do is to call them and the EFF to the party, so that the DA will not have such power. If the ANC doesn't call the EFF and MK Party, they should prepare themselves to lose a lot of power. They should prepare themselves to be the second best party in the GNU. Forget about the rest of the 8 political parties. It is ANC versus the DA in the GNU. And I do not see it succeeding more than 1 year if they are going to operate the way they are operating. The DA has been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. Finally, MK Party decided to reduce the numbers of the ANC, and that is the opportunity the DA has been working and waiting for.
So by virtue of that, that creates a vacancy that allows us to fulfill those roles, and that's exactly what has happened. Nothing more, nothing less besides that.
One last question from me, Aisha Ismail from ENCA. Just a few minutes ago, you took an oath to be loyal to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Are you still intending to amend the Constitution or to change the Constitution?
Let's deal with that. It's easy. A Constitution is there, it is binding upon all of us. It is the supreme law of the land. Indeed, laws or conduct inconsistent with the Constitution cannot withstand constitutional scrutiny. We intend acting within the law, and in the National Assembly we will act within the rules and practices here in the National Assembly, right? We are not hooligans. We are going to act within the law and fight for our cause within the law, right? When you say you want Clause 25 of the Constitution to be changed, which makes provision, so that it can make provision for expropriation of land without compensation, it doesn't mean you're going to start looting, but that's what we'll be canvassing for. We'll be canvassing in a civilized manner within the law to have the law changed. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with acting within the law to have the law which is unjust, which does not benefit the majority of the people of this country? What is wrong in acting within the law to change the law which does not benefit poor people? And I'm talking with specific reference to land. And if you remember historically, even today, 80% of the land is still in the hands of white people. And that's not tenable. They know it too. It's not tenable. And we are left outside queuing like fools. It's not tenable. They know it too. So we will fight within the law to have the Constitution amended.
Thank you. I think you've got all your...
I'm glad to be back in the House. Of course, I'm disappointed that in my absence, those parliamentarians have failed to address the land question. They brought in land expropriation, made it into political football and dropped it. So now I'm back to make sure that we address this matter once and for all so that we can have real reconciliation with justice. The land question is critical. And so long as this House fails to address the land question, they cannot claim to be representatives of the people. We must become representatives of the people by addressing the historical injustice, in particular the land question. So I'm very happy. Back with Umkhonto weSizwe, very radical militant organization led ably by President Zuma.